back in the 60s, we had a president who did a lot of things that made our country worse off, killed a lot of young men and women. And that was going on, and Pete Seeger wrote a great song, Waist Deep in the Big Muddy. And I think if Pete were here today, he'd be writing songs about what we're going through right now. I took Pete's song and did my little rewrite of some words to fit some of our present circumstances. There's so much going on, it's hard to write a single song about it all. Anyway, this is called The Big Fool Says to Push On. It was early in the year when we got the news. A deadly virus began to loom. We didn't know what that meant or that it could mean doom. The president told us not to worry, that's how it all began. And we were knee-deep in the pandemic, and the big fool said to push on. Dr. Fauci said, "Sir, are you sure this is the way to ensure our health?" "Doctor, go on, we can't close down. I'm not risking my wealth. Some will get sick, but keep business open. Soon there'll be no virus around." And we were waist deep in the pandemic, and the big fool said to push on. Dr. Fauci said, "Sir, without good equipment, this battle we cannot win." "Doctor, don't be a nervous Nelly," the president said to him. "All we need is a little determination. You follow me, I'll lead on." And we were neck deep in the pandemic, and the big fool said to push on. When millions were sick, thousands more had died, he finally put on a mask saying, "What a leader am I?" The doctors said, "We need to begin again, use science from now on, and we might make it out of this pandemic with fewer people dead and gone." In November we can make a change, make our country whole again. They don't know why by denying science they've made it worse than it could have been. A unified people can beat this pandemic, make us safe before too long. But we'll be lucky to escape from the pandemic when the big fool says to push on. Well, I'm not going to try to point any morals. I'll leave that for yourself. Maybe you're still walking and you're still talking and you'd like to keep your health. But every time I read the news, that old feeling comes on. We're waist deep in the pandemic, and the big fool says to push on. Waist deep in the pandemic, and the big fool says to push on. Waist deep in the pandemic, and the big fool says to push on. Waist deep, neck deep, soon even we'll all be over our heads. We're waist deep in the pandemic, and the big fool says to push on. Vote in November.